Alright, Shalom, Shalom. We are the Hebrew Israelites. Come down here another week, in this park, giving all praises and glory to Yahawah, Hasham, Yahawashi, and double honor to the apostles who break no stone, of course, that taught us his truth, and also Yahawah to all of the Akim out there that's pushing his truth and furthering his ministry, as the days go on and on. So what we're going to do is we're going to get started with the scripture. We're going to start with the book of Psalms, the first chapter. And there's a reason why I want to deal with this chapter, because you have, this Black Lives Matter situation, due to George Floyd and all of that stuff. And you got, the ones of our people that are following that. Okay? And basically all of that is to none avail. It's not going to change anything. All right? And the reason why it's not going to change anything, and it's going to further be to the downfall, because according to the scriptures, as we're going to read, let's read what this is saying.
This is Psalms 1. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly.
Yeah, because the majority of our people, because they don't want to take heed to the truth, which is their right, their God-given right to take heed to this truth, and because they don't want to, they're considered the ungodly. So the scripture says, blessed are they which walk not within the counsel of the ungodly, man. Because all of that Black Lives Matter stuff, like I said, man, that's just all BS. It's all nonsense, man. This is where the change begins. The change begins right here. But yeah, read that again, brother.
Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor stand in the way of sinners.
Right, nor stand in the way of sinners, man. Because the thing with Jake has been given the laws and the commandments only to sinners. Get me Psalms 147. You know the one I want.
Psalms 147 and 19. He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel.
Exactly. So he only shows his word and his laws and his commandments unto the nation of Israel. And as you can take a look at the sign breaks it down to you, man. That's why we have the sign out. Because our people have discontinued from their heritage. They have discontinued from their heritage and they don't know that they're Israelites. So this is why we have the sign out. And it's all spiritual because it connects with the prophecy in the book of Ezekiel, the 35th chapter, where it talks about those dry bones coming together, which we are those dry bones. Okay, metaphorically speaking. So let's read that.
Right. He have not dealt so with any nation.
Right, and he have not dealt so with any nation. Go on.
As for his judgments, they have not known them.
As for his judgments, for they have not known them, man. So all of the other nations have not known the judgments of the Lord. So in other words, what they can do, they can protest and do all of that stuff, man, because this is their world. This is Esau's world. Okay? Everybody has a time. Every nation had their time to be excellent, to be higher than others. And this is the time of Esau. And we know, based on Bible prophecy, this society is sanctioned for great damnation and a great downfall. Okay? But the ones of our people don't know this. And this is why they're going into these, they're gathering about, surrounding themselves with this Black Lives Matter stuff, okay, which has nothing to do concerning their change at all. Because when you actually do research, which a lot of people don't do research among Jake, you find out that group is backed by somebody else that has not their best interest at heart, and is a so-called Jew for that matter, an Amalekite, that runs that particular platform. And then those that are spearheading that platform are a bunch of women that have a dislike for straight men. So getting into that group, is that really going to change? No, it's not going to change a thing, man. Okay, because ultimately they are the counsels of the ungodly, man. So if they're the ungodly, whatever they want from the system, they're not going to get it. The Lord ain't going to allow it. In other words, the Lord is going to allow the quite contrary to happen, because they're the 2/3. And what's going to happen is if they keep doing what they're doing with this Black Lives Matter stuff, it's going to be martial law being declared. Okay, go on, brother.
Yeah. Isaiah 30. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord Yahawah Yahawashi, that take counsel, but not of me.
Yeah, and that's what Jake is doing, man. Jake is trying to find a way to basically get in good standing with Esau, man. You're not going to get... Listen, man, Esau don't care if you're in good standing. Esau wants you to be down and out. It works for them. Okay? So So all of this Black Lives Matter stuff, man, it ain't gonna change anything, bro. Okay, it ain't doing anything, man. They just put that out there because they want you Jakes to get rattled up and exalt to the violence. Okay, resort to the violence, excuse me. And then so that they can bring their troops in and do what they gotta do, man. And they will be given the green light to do so because you Jakes don't want to repent. Back to the Heavenly Father. You want to rebel. And the scripture says, rebellion is as a sin of witchcraft. So let's read that one more time, brother.
Isaiah 30. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord Yahawah Yahawashi, that take counsel, but not of me.
Right, they taking counsel of Esau, but not of the Lord. So the Lord have set prophets up in these last days, and we happen to be those prophets of our people. All right, and we're telling y'all what to do. What must be done, okay? And what must be done is you gotta repent. All of this other stuff you're asking for, you're not gonna get it. You have to return back to your power source. That's how you're gonna get it back. Okay, but the Lord the Most High only need 144,000. So it's already set that that's gonna be the case. The elect are going to return back to the Lord, and then that's where the change is going to come. So whether you Jakes want to repent or not, it really makes no difference, man. Okay, you can do whatever you got to do because you're a 2/3 right anyway. A lot of you are in that group among the 2/3 that is sanctioned for destruction. Okay, right along with your enemy who you begging for, man. Go on, brother, read that.
We'll read that again. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord Yahawah Yahawashi, that take counsel, but not of me. That cover with a covering, but not of my spirit.
Right, they take a covering and not of the Yahawashi spirit. Somebody, get me not somebody. You get me Proverbs 18, verse 10, man. Because what's the covering, man? The covering is first thing is knowing the name of the Lord. Okay? That's the first thing. But how you going to get the access of that information? By coming back to the truth. Because there's only one truth, and we got the one truth, and we got the 100% truth according to our apostles, man. And we do have the 100% truth. Yeah, I might sound boastful in what I'm saying, but somebody got the 100% truth. Right. Okay, go on, brother.
Proverbs 18 and 10. The name of the Lord Yahawah Yahawashi is a strong tower, and the righteous runneth into it and is safe.
So that's the covering. The covering is his name. So once you are covered in his name, then you got. Then you just gotta allow everything to take place. You just gotta allow the processing to take place, okay? Because everything takes its time, man. And that's just the thing with Jake. Jake don't want to wait. Jake just they want to get things as the way they want it now. You're gonna get it that way.
They call it like
Go on, brother.
Instant gratification.
Right.
And Jake don't want to wait for nothing, you know. And this is what Esau society teaches you. Just get it now, you know? Because that's Esau's spirit. He just takes.
That's right, man. And that's the spirit that you Jakes are in. You just want what you want now. It don't work like that, man. Things take time. All right? But you Jakes don't understand that because you're far away from knowing exactly what's going on concerning being patient. Go on, brother.
That cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin.
Right, that they may add sin to sin. So now let's go back to Psalms 1, the first chapter. And this is why the Lord considers the majority as the counsels of the ungodly, man.
This is Psalms 1. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners.
Yeah, because you're not going to find this gallivanting around in Black Lives Matter. We've separated ourselves from all of that, man. From the world of Jake, the average 2/3 Jake out there. We've already separated ourselves from that. And we're going to maintain our position in the presence of the Heavenly Father, Yahawashi, which he's our hedge, he's our covering, and we have his name. So with that being said, we're looking for our salvation now. We know that the Lord is getting ready to come and make a second return. We know this very well. So we're not out here begging and asking. You know, begging like you ain't got no damn sense, man. Because that's what it is. You begging, and that's not good, man. Okay, the best thing to do is wait. If anyone you should be begging and supplicating to is the Lord, man. Okay? Because begging Esau for change ain't gonna cut it. You understand? No matter how much they tumble down statues, or they come before you and wash your feet and prostrate before you. Listen, man. Esau's still gonna get destroyed. And if you Jakes out there want to take heed and get caught because Esau's bowing his head down, then that's on you, man. Because we know the end result of this place. Okay, so all of this protesting, like for example, look at what happened to the Martin Luther King protesting. What change came out of that? If the Martin Luther King protest changed a couple of things, then Jake wouldn't be protesting right now. There wouldn't be no need to protest. How did Martin Luther King protest change something, man? So the real change here is this truth. This is what's changing the world. You know, this is why you got guys like Vocap alone and people like him that are trying to disregard what we're saying. Okay, and this is why eventually, because of us, they're going to shut the internet down. Because this truth is having an impact on the world, man. And you better believe a lot of these Israelites that surround us, they know that we're the children of Israel. They've come to that knowledge, and they're waking up to that. And they know that the Lord is a so-called black man. And that's because of the truth, simply because we came out here and taught the Bible. Simple as that. We didn't go out there marching, equal rights and justice. We didn't do all of that, man. All we did is simply came out here and taught the scriptures, man. Okay, especially beginning from 2007, beginning with the apostles, which prior before that they've been teaching anything. But I'm just saying, Great Millstone got access on the got popular from that time and then onwards. Go on, brother.
I got another precept. Isaiah 30 and 20. And though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore.
Yeah, exactly, man.
But thy eyes shall see thy teachers.
Right. But thine eyes shall see. What's up, brother? How you doing, man?
Can I ask you one question?
Yeah, go on.
I can talk this Israelite thing. Do you know what happened today, fam? I was the only black man. See the protest going on?
Oh, yeah.
All of them.
Okay.
All my friends ran off. You see that protest down there?
Oh, is there a protest? Yeah? All right.
Still a protest going on.
Yeah, go on, carry on, speak.
You know what's going on? There's 1,000 white people outside Parliament arguing. There's hooligans.
Oh, yeah?
Huh.
Do you know what's happened today?
We do this,
They responded back to the one last weekend.
All right.
They responded back today.
Yeah.
It's only black boy. What's up? When my friends ran off, they're cool. I don't judge them for running off. But there's a big racism. They're bearing them. What up?
Yeah, I hear you,
Racism
brother.
is not a joke. I hear man not a hooligan thing. You know why they couldn't touch me? Because I rolled up on them and said, what do the black people do? And I'm like that.
Yeah, man.
It got to a point where
That's why I
Please.
need the scriptures. That's
That's
what these
the-
scriptures
that's-
are here.
that's
Yes,
what we
yes.
there for,
You
brother.
know?
how do you know? Can't you see the helicopters going over? Can you see the helicopters?
Of course, yeah.
They're
We was
over
out
the
here
thing.
before. Yeah, we was out here last week, brother. Yeah. But the thing will be,
Israelites, you
Yeah,
guys,
man, yeah.
you lot are very forceful. Hey, because I love you lot. Because you lot do your thing in Brixton. I'm like, but you lot are serious. Hey,
Be careful of those ancient provocateurs. Be careful of them. They'll get you arrested, mate.
that's right.
listen, I'm gonna pull up on niggas in Brixton. I'm not gonna back down. Against my culture, I'm gonna pull up on you what I did earlier by myself, and the police have to say tap back and say, you know what, they might get. They're like football hooligan.
Yeah.
But at least I showed skin to me. No black man then.
Your strength comes from the Bible. You're an Israelite. That's your power.
What you gotta understand, bro.
Show
No,
proof.
bro.
But I had to do it.
What I'm saying
I
is
risked my life.
this.
I actually risked my friend's life as well because I was the only one.
Right. But what you gotta
I think
understand,
that's him,
bro,
like.
is that we as a people gotta come back to the scriptures. All of
That's
this
what I'm trying to say.
protesting, all
That's
of this
what I'm
other
about
stuff,
that.
it ain't gonna change anything, man.
That's what I'm saying.
You know?
But that racism thing today, I had to back my skin and say,
Right.
yo, what's up, man?
Right.
What's really the
Shalom,
problem?
Mama.
But what are you saying? It's real. That's what I'm saying. Yo, man pulled up on these racist people, they couldn't deny it. I asked them a question. Why you hit us? They couldn't even answer.
All right, man.
Isaiah,
Anyway, take care.
And 20. And though the
Alright,
Lord
take care,
give
man.
you the bread of adversity, the water of affliction, yet not thy teachers shall be removed into a corner anymore.
Exactly.
But thy eyes shall see thy teachers. It's like that was just an example of.
Yeah.
But you can see us. We're up close and personal. We're not hiding.
Yeah. And that's the dangers of protesting. What he just said. It's in this exactly what we were talking about. What happens when you get caught up in these protests?
Yeah, because it happens all the time. When you study the Black Panther Party and all of these different parties, right? They were all government-based groups that were set up, and then later found out that I believe it was the FBI. They were within that group. Okay, so it's not going to change anything. Like I said, the change is going to come with the scriptures. You know, and like I said earlier before, the the change is already in effect, because all we was doing all of this time is bringing out the precepts. And now what's going to happen is what's already happened is that this truth is evaporating, because even these random Edomites, they know that what we're teaching is the truth. They know that. They're hip to that, like I said earlier before, they're hip to the idea that the Lord is the so-called black man. They know this. So basically, it was all simply because we was teaching. So there's power in these scriptures. There's no power in going out there and fighting your way out there. There's no power in that. There's no change coming from that. You see? They're going, brother.
I'm back on Isaiah 30, because it was more me, Isaiah 30 and 2, that walked down to go into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh and to trust in the shadow of Egypt.
That's what it all boils down to, because what Jake is doing, Jake is begging, man. Like I said earlier before, Jake is begging for change, and what Jake wants to be equal with their enemies. That's what they really want, and if they can get that equality, which they will get it, they're going to get that all right, but it's going to come with them accepting the one world system and getting that chip. That's what it's going to come with, and like the elder said, man, the agreement is not going to be what you think it is, okay? Because once you take that mark, that chip, because I was watching a live show with the brother, shalom to the brother with quiet calm. When they take that trip, you've already made a contract with these guys, these individuals that are working by the spirit of Satan. Okay, you've made a contract with the spiritual demon Satan, because this is what this society is all about. Okay, and that's what Jake is going to wind up doing. The 2/3 of our people. All right, so they're gonna get what they want. They're gonna get the equality they're begging for. All right, but it's not gonna work in their favor, like the brother said. Anyway, yeah, read what you got, bro. Yeah, go back to Psalms
1.
Yeah, Psalms 1. Yeah.
Okay, this is Psalms 1. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners.
Right, and that's just the thing. We're not gonna be here just gallivanting around a crowd of people, man. That's set up by Black Lives Matter, like we've been going into, man. The Black Lives Matter is set up by a guy that has, a sinister agenda. Okay, and the agenda is to cause confusion. Okay, and use that Masonic, technique. And then once they use that technique, they can then come with the new order. Okay, and in the midst of that, they want to get rid of they want to get rid of Jakes. And not just Jake, they want to get rid of these devils too. Anybody that comes up against their ideology, their information, their doctrine, they're going to take you out.
Yeah.
Okay, that's really the end result and the intent of these devils at the very top. That's what they want. And on top of that, gotta go back to the Georgia Guidestones. The Georgia Guidestones says that they must maintain humanity on the 500 million. So how are they gonna maintain humanity on the 500 million? They gotta get rid of 7.5 million. So when the Lord,
did you say million? 7.5 million or billion?
7.5 billion.
Billion.
Yeah. I believe it's like 8 billion people on the face of Earth right now. I'm guessing.
Georgia guys with 500 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 500 million.
Said
what
that,
I was
said
saying
that,
is they want to get rid of 7.5 billion
Yeah.
to get to that number. So there's going to be a lot of exactly. So Esau's going to be given that leeway to kill as much people as possible, man. Go on, brother. And the main people they want to get rid of is Jake. They read that.
Nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful.
Right, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful, because the majority of Jake, they're scorning against this truth, man. They're not about wanting to change. If Jake was really about wanting to change, they would be right here. He just came here to just talk, which, I don't have anything against the dude, because the dude, he's obviously lost. Okay? But the point I'm making is Jake don't want to change. Change that Jake wants. Jake wants to be equal. Give me Deuteronomy 7 and 6. Because the Lord chose a people. And the Most High has every right to choose within his creation. So one may say, well, why would you say something like that? Why would the Bible say something like that? That's what you should be thinking. And then the thought should come into your mind, if you're spiritual, if you're connected with the Most High, that the Most High can do it ever the you know, the heck he wants to do. Go on, brother.
Deuteronomy 7. Deuteronomy 7:6. For thou art a holy people unto the Lord Yahawah Yahawashi thy power. The Lord Yahawah Yahawashi thy power have chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth. Go on, bro.
Deuteronomy 26:18. And Yahawah have avouched thee this day to be his peculiar people, as he have promised thee, and that thou shouldest keep all his commandments, and to make thee high above all nations which he have made in praise and in name and in honor, and that thou mayest be an holy people unto Yahawah thy God, as he have spoken.
Exactly. So that's what the Lord wanted. The Lord wanted us to be above and beyond, and we're still going to be above and beyond. But we just got to go through this hell that we're dealing with because of the wrongs that what we did in the past. You see? Yeah, let me finish what I'm saying. Yeah, so, you know, like the brother just read, the Lord vouched upon us to be above everybody else, and it connects with that precept too. So the Lord didn't choose Israel to just be equal with everybody. That wasn't the intent. That was never the intent. And equality never existed, man. When you look at the ancient world, for example, let's deal with the Babylonian Empire. Who was occupying that empire? Who was the ruling class of that empire? The Assyrians. And all of them other nations was under them. Okay? And whenever a nation came up above and beyond, they were the ruling race. And it stands right as it stands right now. In this society, you have the ruling race now is the Edomites. That's who's ruling right now. So when we talk about equality does not exist, and it never did in the past. So something that Jake is begging for, they're not going to get it because it doesn't exist and it don't make sense. Okay, because within any setting or government, Salakia, brother, I'm going to get back to the scriptures. In every setting or every society, you always had different branches of classes. Everybody wasn't on the same level. So how much more this society? But I mean, I kind of understand why Jake is under this false notion of equality, because the idea of equality was printed in their mind. That's what it is. But it's a thing that can't be done. Yeah, all right, brother. Yeah, read what you got.
Is the prophet Amos chapter 3 verse 1. Hear this word that Yahawah has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities.
Exactly. Therefore the Lord will punish us for all our iniquity, because he only knows us. And this is why we're getting the brunt of the curses that stands today. Because if you favor something or someone, you're going to be more harder on them. Because you want them to be the best than everybody else. Alright? That's just how that goes down. Right? So the Lord wanted us to be above and beyond everybody else. So all of this, what we're going through is a learning curve. We may not like what we're experiencing, but it's for the betterment. It's for the growth. That's what it's all about. Because we're not going to be down there forever. We're not going to be in this predicament, begging Esau for change. On the Black Lives Matter, we ain't going to be doing that, man. There's going to come a time where all of this affliction and humiliation that Jacob's experiencing is going to come to a stop. It's going to come to a standstill, man. And it begins and it ends with the word of the Lord. Yes, so read what you got.
This is a Micah concerning why we're in this condition.
Yes,
I didn't think that it would turn up as well.
Well, yeah.
Yes.
Shalom, brother.
Yeah, I was hoping he would return, man. Yeah, you could be in a bad mood, man. He come around and he just fix up the mood, man. You know, that's the spirit he got on it. Need a brother like that.
Yeah, comforting spirit, man.
Come on.
This is
Yes, my
Micah
brother.
7.
Shalom. Yes, brother. Yes. Shalom, brother.
Micah 7 and 9.
Yeah.
I will bear the indignation of the Lord Yahawah Yahawashi, because I have sinned against him, until he plead my cause.
Yes.
And execute judgment for me. Micah 7 and 9.
You can put it in the bag for now, Ark. I'll fix it later, you know.
Put it in the back. It's
For now, yeah.
Yahawah, Yahawashi, because I have sinned against him.
So Michael was saying, I will bear the indignation of the Lord because we have sinned against him. Go on.
Until he plead my cause.
Until he plead my cause. So the Lord, how's the Lord going to plead our cause? Get me book of Joel, the 3rd chapter. Man. Somebody get. I tell you what, brother. If you hold you got, if you can, brother, give me Joel, the 3rd chapter of Hasham. Where it says the Lord will plead for his people. Let me see something.
Joel 3 and 2. Joel 3 and 2. Well, I got it. If any of you brothers.
Oh yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
It's up to you. So
Joel chapter 3 verse 2. Let me start in verse 1. For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Yahawashi, and will plead with them there for my people.
that's how it's like, brother. You read that against lock.
Never bring your chair.
I will also gather all nations. I will bring them down into the valley of Yahawashi, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land.
Yeah. So the way the Lord, and as you read further down in the book of Joel, the 3rd chapter, the Lord breaks down how he's going to judge those nations, how he's going to plead for our cause. All right? Because the brother just read Yahawashi. Okay? And Yahawashi simply means the Most High's judgment, or Yahweh's judgment. Shaphat meaning judgment or punishment. Okay? So that's how he's going to plead our cause. This is why the scripture says, wait ye upon me till I rise up to the prey. So that means protesting is out. You can't protest. Okay? You can't do all of this extra stuff, getting arms and getting ready to go against Esau. You're going to fail that battle literally, man. Because Esau's already prepared with the sword.
Yes.
He was blessed with the sword. Okay? Our strength is spirituality, which surpasses the sword. So we got to stay connected with the words of the Lord. That's our power. Because eventually, we going to get all of this. What did Ezra say? Ezra said something to the effect that the inheritance, which is us, is whole entire earth. So we going to get this anyway. All we got to do is just wait, and you Jake's got to repent. That's all it is. Okay, you ain't got to do all of that extra work and protesting and shouting and screaming. Most likely begging. Okay, like a little youth man. Can't be doing that, man. This is where it's at right here. Go on, bro.
Still what my car is.
Nah, drop that. Yeah, what would you got? No, let him read what he had.
Verse 3, and they have cast lots for my people. I have given a boy for an harlot and sold a girl for wine that they might drink.
Yeah, the one if you can stand further up because I can't see right now. I can see. Yeah, that's perfect. You're going.
Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coast of Palestine?
Okay.
Will you render me a recompense? And if you recompense me, swiftly and speedily will I return your recompense upon your own head. Because ye have taken my silver and my gold and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things.
Yeah, and that's what they did. Especially when they actually killed, 70 AD. When they already took all of the stuff that belonged to us, man. I'm gonna have to recount that part of history. You know, but if you brothers know more of it, you can elaborate if you want, you know?
Yeah. Shows you and go to Rome and Italy. Is that what you call the Ark of Titus? It's a big monument that commemorates how you had Domitian, Vespasian, and Titus. It was Domitian
Yeah, it's gone.
Domitian Caesar, by the decree of Titus, his brother, went to he erected the ark of Titus. Domitian erected it for his brother Titus, and on the engraved in the ark, you see the Romans carrying out the menorah and other holy vessels out of the temple. Okay, you know what I'm saying, because they sacked Jerusalem. They carried like over 1 million of our slaves, and that's where a major diaspora of our people is. You know what I'm saying? So that's when a large scattering of our people began. Yeah. Verse 6: the children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have you sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their border.
Now, when you look up that term Grecian, the term Grecian is going to revert to Japhet. But that's where they're wrong. It's not referring to Japhet. Because the original people of Greece were the people of Japhet when you read the book of Genesis chapter 10. But this is talking about Esau, which we were sold to. Okay? Because even when you go further into history, who declared themselves as the Greeks, or the people of Greece, or Grecian, Edomites. Okay? So this scripture really goes right along with as to what they've done. We were sold to these Edomites during the transatlantic slave trade. So because of that also, that's why the Lord is going to plead for his people. Go on, brother.
Behold, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head.
So check this out. The Lord is going to raise us out from the places that we were sold. And then the Lord is going to recompense them, bring them, pretty much have them pay, because the word recompense means to pay back. So whatever they did to us as a people, they're going to get paid back from the Lord. So like I said, we don't have to go out there and fight and beg people and beg Esau for change. The Lord's going to do everything. Everything that's written in this book, he's going to do that. But Jake don't know the prophecy. Give one more time, brother, you can read that. Yeah, you got somebody to read it.
I say, behold, I will behold, I will raise them out of the place where ye have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head.
So it says that the Lord will raise us out of the places that we were sold.
Yeah.
Get me the book of Jeremiah 16. Go on, brother. We're going to talk on that.
And Deuteronomy 28. Let me get it. So Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68, right? Deuteronomy 28, 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again. There ye shall be sold unto your enemies for born men and born women, and no man shall buy you. Right. So it said that the Lord will raise up out of the place that we've been sold. Now this is common knowledge. The whole world knows that the so-called blacks, or so-called black people, were taken from west coast of Africa by cargo slave ships.
And also Europe too.
Europe also taken to Britain, Brazil, the Caribbean islands like Jamaica, okay, this place, Cuba, all right, St. Lucia, Barbados, okay, and America, all right, and we were put on auction blocks who were, they